everyone. This is episode 98 of Noodle Time. Welcome back. Here with me is just a purple man, and we gotta go on this week. OSG, how's it going, sir?
Oh yeah, Tynamo weekend for the Dash for the Dynamo. Yeah. I mean, those held up to the bargain and end up taking a loss, so I guess we're good. Nah,
Yeah.
What a weekend, bro! What a weekend! But yeah. I guess let's get into it because I got nothing else to say right now.
Oh yeah. I guess I just wanted to get out of the way, but the Euro started this week, and it's been pretty much constant soccer nonstop, especially with all the three teams going on during the weekend, and just an absolute amount of soccer. Like it's just crazy. And Copa America starting next weekend. No man, it's gonna be an insane amount of soccer we're getting soon. So, yeah, man, just looking forward to
watch. Yeah, plenty to watch. That's the good part about it. Yeah, I was watching soccer all day, but yeah, as far as our teams,
yeah, we should probably just get into it because I guess we can start with like the good news of the weekend, or quote unquote good news, and that being the Dynamo. At least the result they got this weekend. It's a 2-2 draw at Atlanta United. The first time ever we ever got a point on the road there, and just been to talk about for sure. And we can probably start with a lot of numbers.
Sure. I don't know, bro. Let's let mate. Just at Atlanta, home pride weekend. Dosed right now. What we just watched, disappointing, boring factor. At least Dynamo scored twice, but yeah, I'll just follow you lead on this one, man, and just be depressed and friggin' because Dynamo. I kind of showed up to the watch party. There was nothing going on. Astros just got their butt kicked, and I was like, you know what? Let me go into the Dash and get a good dinner before this game starts.
A lot of sadness to go around, especially in that environment. And I don't blame you for really like everything that happened over the weekend, especially the Dash, which we're gonna get into later. But yeah, just back to the Dynamo. Really, like it's. Well, the one thing that we had to like keep an eye on was the fact of the goalkeeping situation, particularly Steve Clark, because he actually made his first start since his injury a few games ago against FC Dallas, and he was wearing a mask this time, and he was good to go. Bad Clark, yeah. But yeah, so he's back at starting again. Of course, that means that Tarbell is back on bench, and Cesar Valdez is sent down back to Dynamo 2. And of course, the backline itself, I feel like it's gonna be the topic of mostly the topic of discussion for Dynamo, since there's been a couple hiccups here and there, particularly the 2 goals that came in against us. But of course, we have starting here Franco Escobar, Griffin Dorsey, Svechenko, and Mikael. Well, I wasn't really a big fan of Mikael in this game, particularly because he was in a lot of situations where he either was just about to lose the ball. He did lose the ball in the first goal that was conceded, and really like this close from getting sent off, like this close in the second half. And I was upset. I wanted him like subbed out of that game like in the second half after that happened, because like he, to an extent, he almost costed us the game. I don't know how you feel, but like that's how I feel.
Such a good player that we rely on so much, and to perform the way he performed in that match just was disappointing, dude. We rely on him, we count on him, we expect from him. Yeah, you're talking about him going to Europe, and then you play this kind of game, and come on, dude, like, we're trying to win on the road. We had a break. You're coming back off. You didn't go nowhere, so you're rested. You're ready to go, mentally prepared. What the hell was that, Mikael? What the hell was that, bro? Throw that game down the. I mean, should have been a win. Should have been a win. So yeah, Mikael, player of the game.
Okay. Well, I guess like the silver lining of of the back line, you could definitely see it was Franco Escobar because
Yeah.
he scored the first goal, of course. But that goal would have been there if it wasn't for Dorsey for sure, because uh, Herrera will get the corner kick in the first half, then Dorsey will receive the ball, and Dorsey would use the side of his foot to shoot the ball straight to the crossbar, so it bounces back towards Escobar to get the goal, to head the ball in, and it was incredible. Like you see that in real time, how difficult that is, and Dorsey, like that would have probably been like a goal of the week, just depending on the goals that happen in league play. But that was an insane sequence.
Besides the fact it was 5 minutes into the game for
Yeah,
Dynamo fans on the road, you're like, where's the good goals going to come from again? Granted, we scored a couple goals in the past 2 games. You're like, but all right, 5 minutes in, Escobar scores a goal, woo, and then he doesn't celebrate. So you say, all right, the dude's mentally here today. He's mentally here today. All right, let's go, let's go, let's
yeah,
win this game three. Let's win this game 3-0. That's what I felt like after 5 minutes.
yeah, and of course, just moving on to midfield. No questions there. Arturo Era and Coco. What can you say? What can you say?
Yeah. Coco. Uh, he's here for this game and probably in the next game, and then he's taken back off to Panama. So,
Yeah,
shout out to him for coming back and playing these 2 games where he was in an irrelevant situation, just going to camp with Panama. It's better to train and play with the Dynamo and then show up to Panama kind of. Late with a couple days of training before their first game in Copa America. So I'm glad Coco stayed. Obviously, he made a big he was a factor in this game too, as always.
no, yeah, and that's something good that you brought up, because Coco was officially called up to Copa America for Panama this week. So shout out to him for that. And as you mentioned, he actually came in from camp early because he was supposed to play. He was supposed to come in slightly late and potentially not make it into this game, but he came in the middle of the week last week to join a Dynamo camp again and play that game, and potentially the game against Seattle. He might get limited minutes. So, well he's gonna need to have like a good game for sure against Seattle.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to start against Seattle no matter what, and he doesn't play until Sunday with Panama. So, and he did miss a game with Panama, but it was a friendly, and you're not needed to play in that game. So he came back and he played with the Dynamo. Like let the kids play that are playing for Panama, trying to make the roster for this game for Copa America, and and Coco, like I said, made a difference in this game as well.
Yeah, and of course, moving on to the front line, we do have Aliyu, Abasi, and Kovacic starting. And with what we got, this is pretty much what we're expecting at this point. Um, and I did see a lot of production in this game, which is also good. Granted, we're playing against an Atlanta team that's somewhat weak compared to its previous years, and they're not doing great either in the Eastern Conference. And I was seeing a lot of opportunities we could have scored, but unfortunately, we didn't get to capitalize on much of those opportunities, and we actually ended the game out shooting them both in shots and shots on goal. So that's pretty good.
Dynamo, man. It was just typical, bro. Like typical. After
Yeah,
Escobar scores that goal, you're like, okay, for first 15 minutes we were controlled, and then Atlanta changes the game a little bit, and then so
yep.
the stupid mistake happens, and they get their goal. Like, come on, man. This has just been one of those frustrating seasons, but at the same time, we're still above where we were last year, which is amazing when you think about it. We're making a run last year, like, hey, we're going up. Now we're up here, and we're like, we're not satisfied. So, Dynamo gives you headaches.
No, yeah, and especially in the second half here, because we mentioned the first goal that Houston scored, then Atlanta equalizing later after that because of the mistake from Mikael. Second half starts, and and really just the fact that we conceded a second goal. It's the like I was just like they're capitalizing on our individual mistakes and the wings again because that I feel like
Yep.
those some of the things that I've been affecting us for the most part halfway through the year already and like I was so upset about that because like every single time we just make a mistake we end up paying the price which is a goal against us and it's upsetting.
Granted, it was 55th minute, but at the same time, you're like, okay, we're down 2-1 now, so we're kind of like all we can hope for is come back and draw, even though there's 35 minutes left. You're like, there's
Yeah,
not enough time to win the game. There's only enough time to draw the game. So it's like, oh man, it was just another frustrating, upsetting game to watch, dude. And it's like it's ridiculous because Ben Olsen team is tactically in tune and they play well together. And it's just like on the road, every now and then this is how we perform. Sometimes at home lately, but it's just mistakes killing us.
yeah. And for me, it was somewhat of a decent game because like even though Houston was still trying to get back into it, it just seemed
Hmm.
like Atlanta like had wanted to get that third goal to put the game away, and I was stressed about that because
Huh.
like it could just be us on the road again and missing another opportunity to get a point or three. Like I'll love 3 points, but I'll definitely be okay with a point here. And of course, like the story of this game for sure would definitely just be the fact that Blessing was subbed in at the 67th minute, and he would score at the 89th minute. And I was like, this guy's our super sub. Like I think this is his third goal off the bench, second goal off the bench. I can remember
Yeah,
correctly,
yeah.
but yeah, like it's incredible. People are already saying to start him over Liu, and it's like he's pretty good, but his plan is to like keep rotating Aliyu like in and out, in a smart way, so he can, so both players can get that good chunk of playing time. But Blessing's gonna get all those opportunities on the road, as we've been saying it over and over. But yeah, Latif Blessing, man, what can you say?
Well, I'm good with Blessing starting over Liu right now,
Yeah, yeah,
and he has not rotated either one of them yet. It's been
yeah,
Liu starting, and Liu has not been performing to the potential that he has had and that we have talked about lately. He's just been kind of like dead in the water. What's going on? Blessing deserves to be the starter now and should be the starter. So I think Liu does need to go to the bench and Blessing should get the start up there. And like you said, super sub. And what a beautiful pass by Coco first off, and good because they were there. Their opportunity was there, and Coco put a perfect ball. Blessings right there. He trapped it, and he took the damn shot and scored. What else can you ask for? So beautiful. Like we said, Coco come into play. But yeah, I think it's time that Blessing can get that start over Liu, especially at home against Seattle. And then Liu come in late, and you find out what role he's going to play. And then you can decide if you want to rotate him or not. But right now, Blessing's the guy to go to and deserves it and expects it. Coco leaves after Wednesday, so you might just have to play them both now. Blessing on
yeah,
the right and Leo on the left.
and that might be the plan, just depending on what Ben Olsen is going to approach like both games because it's pretty much crunch time at this point, and like obviously we do have like Leagues Cup like a month from now, but this week obviously we have the game against Seattle back at home and the road game against DC United. So I feel like we're gonna see him a lot this week, and obviously over the next few weeks it's gonna be a similar story. But oh yeah, I cannot wait. Latif Blessing is just like hungry for that.
Yeah, he'll get it. He'll get it. He'll deserve it. He'll earn it. If not, well, I'll start asking Ben about it, and
Yeah,
put it in his mind. Like, hey, bro, blessing. We can only ask you so much about him, and you're not starting him. So it'll happen. Patience, guys.
but yeah, we just have to like ask Herman to ask Ben because he like Herman is, or at least Ben Olsen really likes Herman.
It depends on the week.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was. I'd say I definitely take that point out of Atlanta. Like I said earlier, it was our first point ever earned in Atlanta. And granted, this is a weak team that has already like fired their head coach after like in the middle of the year, so they're in a pretty bad situation. But wait, I'll take it any day, honestly.
Yeah. Take the point, I guess. Especially since that was a sorry ass weekend. 2 goals you earn, 2 goals you give up. So whatever. Take the point. Like you said, take the point. It's not a
Yeah, and
loss.
that's still gonna leave us at the with the goal difference at 0, so we're still kind of even. And I'll
20
say
and
not
20.
not scoring goals and not conceding a lot of goals, so we're kind of like in a decent middle ground. And I think we are like in goals against. I think we are or second in the league with the
Yeah.
least amount of goals, or third.
First,
Yeah.
first or second for defense, and first or second last for offense. So whoop de fucking do. Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
Sounds like the dash from last season.
But yeah, and I guess something we can talk about before moving on to the dash is the
I got
rumors that started.
I got nothing to say about it until it happens, and it's still July 18th is the when the window opens, and we'll see when it gets announced. So that's what I got to say about
All right, yeah, sounds
it.
fair. Especially since we have to wait like a full month for it to talk about. So for us to really talk about, since we can just talk about the rumors until it's officially announced. So we'll hold on to that.
I mean, I'll say 2 words. It sounds good, looks good. It's probably going to happen, but I'll wait till it does before we get into greater detail. So that way we have more details about what the contract looks like and how long he's going to be here. We're hearing over 7 million, probably 3 years. Uh, Striker number 9, filling up. That's good. Super duper. Sebas, got off the bench this last game and didn't perform, didn't do nothing. So it's a necessity, and hopefully it's a start because we were promised 3 to 4 players this summer window, or at least a couple. So here's a big one, a main DP. So yeah, I'll wait to get into greater detail, and then we can talk about him personally and his style and what kind of fit he'll be. He's a Ben guy. We can say that. So
For sure. We already know that he's heard of that name, and he might be good. So we'll
yeah,
get into that as soon as
yeah.
it's officially announced and all that. But yeah, this probably gets. Do you want to get sad now?
I mean, it's whatever. I'm sad because somebody on Discord posted on Reddit. Somebody posted, "Hey, what's a Discord? Is there a Dynamo Discord?" So somebody posted the link. So we got some new randoms this weekend coming into the Discord. So it's okay. They're as long as they're Dynamo fans and they're not friggin' children. So
Yeah.
so we'll see. We'll see. So got a lot of new people popping in this weekend, which I'm good. It's fine. Let's talk Dynamo, but I'm skeptical.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's time for Dash though,
Yeah.
because it's. I don't want to say it was a Jane Campbell game, but it was a Jane Campbell game. And granted, we all know that she's just doing her job of getting as many clean sheets as possible, and she did an amazing job at that tonight. But
Well, yeah, it is a Jane Campbell game. But before we even get into the game, so coming into this, Fran was, and I said we had a good week in practice. That Ramona Bachman and El Rubinson were both going to be able to be available for the lineup, which is huge for both of them. Bachman, you know what Bachman is. She's the playmaker. The offense is going to go through her. Rubinson has been a stud at the CDM or playing in the midfield role, period. Buntingham is doing a great job covering for her. Yeah, I say covering for her because I still consider Rubinson the starter. So it's nice to see that those 2 players were going to be available going into this matchup and having the week off. Everybody practicing. Everybody's been together. Everybody's good to go. So pride game, look forward to it. But and then lineups come out. Bachman's in it. Ruben's still on the bench. Kaiser's still hurt, so that's one attacking piece we're missing. But as far as lineup was consistent, happy with the lineup, comfortable with the lineup, believed in what we were going to do in this game, kind of expected the result. I don't know. With you, how about you with the lineup when it came out? You're like, can't complain, right?
Can't complain either. I was particularly just looking forward for Ramona Bachman to get back into it since she was out of the injury list after last week, and yeah, that was the only one that I was looking at. Particularly also because Michelle Losey was starting, which I was okay with, and of course, bar no bias, of course, but yeah,
No bias. I'm not going to mention no bias. Obviously, there's bias.
yeah,
Yeah, like I said, I'm okay with the lineup too. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't like that Adornias has been stuck on the bench 3 games in a row now. Let's go ahead and let her start. Let's let her play with Bachman. I know, like he said, he wants to play more direct, but I didn't feel like we played more direct in this game at all. Not at
yeah.
all until substitutions were made, and then you started seeing the ball. It's crazy. You put Amanda West in on the left side, and then now we start playing balls to the left wing, and we're driving down to the final third from our own half. Like, where was this the rest of the game? Like, come on, man. So it's tactics, man, tactics. We're looking for offense, and we're not creating the offense. There was opportunities, but it was nothing that was dangerous. I think we had 1 shot on goal and 9 shots total. Nothing
Yep.
that would put the opponent on their hind legs. And they had a couple blocks. We earned a few corners out of it, but like I'm expecting more out of this team and out of this offense, especially when you're playing a 3-5-2. It's an attacking formation, and you had the players in the right place. So come on, you're playing together. That soccer IQ right there. Like, what's the pass that you're going to make when you receive the ball, and that's what's lacking right now. You should know where you want to go with the ball, and I'm so frustrated banging on the table. Like, God, that pass was right there. You missed it. So.
No, honestly, you could say that first half and good chunk of the second half, like it was pretty much just let's keep passing the ball to see what happens, and I was pretty upset because
Slowly.
like slowly passing the ball to see if we could find an opening because it was like let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can just like try and cross the ball and see what happens, or let's see if we run the ball in the middle to see what happens if we can find an opening. And it was like nothing is. We're not building anything right now. Like we're trying to play the guessing game, and it's pretty much going on Angel City's favor because they want us to be in this position of stress. We're back at home in Houston. We're trying to win more games at home, get more points, and nothing is working right now. And the second half, like the substitutions did some adjustments. And they eventually got on the right track, but it was like it was really dull, like really dull soccer, and it's a miracle. Like I saw the Angel City's keeper, and I don't think she was like tested at all. Like almost like only 1 shot on target. Like it's just sad.
She probably didn't sweat at all. And then for us, it's the you can't complain about the defense this game. They played well. The only problem that I had was watching this game is when we lose possession is our backtracking. And granted, it's Avery Patterson who has been standing out, having great offensive games and hustling. And you see her do play defense, and she gets on the ball. Peterson on the other side at the same time is like you do find us not backtracking quick enough and missing some of those runners that i.e. Angel City was making and putting those balls in the box, and it was just dangerous and forcing Jane Cable to make some of those saves. So, I mean, I guess that is the the story of playing a 3-5-2. You're going to be put in those situations where you're going to be outnumbered sometimes if you're going to give balls away when you're being pressed, and so there are a lot of things to work on still, and we're at the halfway point of the season. So girls got to figure it out. The team's got to figure it out. But at the same time, I'm like, what's the next move? What's the next move? What's the next move? I'm just thinking about when I was coaching my girls, like, move the ball quicker and more can happen. You know where your teammates are, or you should know where your teammates are. So just move the ball quicker, play the ball faster. Things will work out better. They're taking, like you said, a lot of guesses, putting balls in places and making the player do the work to get to that place instead of seeing the player available to that space and putting the ball there. It's happening in backwards, in reverse. So we need to find the time machine and go back and just kind of fix this, and just the chemistry is slacking. The chemistry is slacking is what I could say.
It definitely feels like that because there's a lot of new players definitely that still uh, have to get to know each other, or at least like spend the full season together, and it definitely goes a long way, and it really shows. Um, and really, like the other thing I just wanted to mention is just the fact that in the second half, like the team just kept getting outpaced. Like whenever they're tracking back to switch back to defense, like they just kept getting outpaced, and Angel City was finding a lot of open spaces to pretty much do what they could, and and like you said earlier, like defense did their part, but at the same time, like it just looked like Angel City had a lot of options, and to an extent, it was just like a matter of bad luck that they didn't get the chances they wanted, or just like us, like being in the right place at the right time. But yeah, it just looked like Angel City was just bound to get a goal here too.
Well, it's like Casual FC Pod said whenever we talked to them last week. They kind of is exactly what we got. Their pace. They were hoping for the Thompsons on the right was gonna make a difference, and they did make a difference. The pace was a difference. They did have opportunities. They had better opportunities than us. Jane Campbell again. You can't defeat this friggin' keeper, and that's what's held the Dash up. Otherwise, we'd probably be in the absolute last friggin' place in the league, and right now we're still above Angel City. I think in 11th or 12th or 10th and 11th because we were 1 point ahead of them. We ended up tying, so we're still 1 point ahead of them. So we got lucky and we got out of here with this draw. But Jane Campbell, I mean, USA,
Yeah,
USA. Come on, let that girl start for the Olympics. I hope Jane Campbell gets it, and there's no reason why she shouldn't get it because I don't think the other keepers are making the saves that she makes and the way she makes those saves, and she's just a highlight of every frigging game. And the captain of the team, you don't make a keeper a captain of the team. Come on, boom. There's your USA starting keeper right there, Jane Campbell, your Houston Dash stud, superstar, heroine. God, blessing.
yeah. Yeah, I think she definitely starts for the national team in the Olympics, and like obviously get the MVP of the game and 5 saves for the night. One of those things being a penalty kick, and
Sorry, penalty
the
kick.
other one, and probably the other one you could say was the last shot of the game for Angel City, which
Well,
I don't
no. That
like.
one that one first though, where she stretched
That was
out.
pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because that was going. That was definitely going in for sure. But I'll let you talk about this one, and then I will give my take.
No, yeah, I was gonna get into it because you're the referee here, and yeah, I think stoppage was like 17 minutes,
14.
14 minutes, insane. It's it's valid because of the injuries and the stoppages and all that, especially the water break, and but
Water breaks 90
14 minutes,
seconds. Yeah, 14 minutes, bro. There was
yeah,
so many stupid wasted. Yeah, whatever.
yeah. time wasting 14 minutes. Like the players are exhausted, they just want to get out of here. And the last shot of the game, like Angel City, it looked like they they put the ball like it was a shot, like it kind of like deflected in between players, like it got past Jane Campbell underneath, and it went like past the line, but like the angle that they gave us, like it was inside the goal. It looked like the ball potentially could have crossed the line completely, but there's no definitive angle there since we don't have like goal line technology. We're just like that like angle of the camera, and the referee kind of stopped the game a little bit for like a minute or two, so VR could check it out, and they didn't call the goal. So I was like, yeah, I don't know what to expect here because for me it looked like it was a goal, but at the same time we don't have the definitive angle to decide that because at the end of the day the ball is a sphere, and if we don't have goal line technology, we're never gonna find out. But I want to hear what you think, OSU.
All right. Well, there's a lot of points right here to go through. Let's just start with the first one, Jane Campbell. I do. I haven't had to criticize her in a long time because she's just been something special, and you don't find her 45 yards away from goal backtracking. You're like, what the hell are you doing, girl? Stay in your friggin' box. Stay close to your goal. Quit putting yourself in those situations. Granted, but when she retreats, and you can find a lot of videos where she's in her goal, like defending her goal, but she's in her goal past the friggin' line. Our ball comes in. It's a header. It's a header down towards the line, which it's a great header. And Jane Campbell's in the friggin' goal, and she steps forward, luckily, and it bounces off her knee, goes right into the ground to another Angel City player who plays the ball, who just taps the ball right back at Jane Campbell where it goes in between her legs, and that's where she sits on the ball. She chicken eggs, and then just kind of you see the back of her feet just kind of pinball it, like bring it back in, and she just sits on it. All right, so my complaint about that, we're like, all right, Jane Campbell, quit dropping back. Hey, girl, you got to know where that line is. Quit going back in your goal. And she's done it more than once. So it's crazy how sometimes she loses her perspective. But I get why she's doing it. She's getting ready to make her brilliant save that she always makes. But letter of the law. Letter of the law. That ball. All right, let's go back. Game happens. It's live. Referee does not blow the whistle until the ball is under Jane Campbell. It's under control, and the Angel City players are just kicking in, just trying to kick it in between her legs. And then the whistle blows, and that's when the game is stopped. So there is a foul called at that point. A foul does not come into play if you're going back and review this for VAR and checking this situation out. Ball is played. No goal is called. Letter of the law. No goal is called. You cannot inclusively say that ball crossed the line 100% for sure, scientifically, no matter whether you're Angel City or me. I thought it looked like it crossed the line from the replays, but like you said, no goal line technology, which is ridiculous to me. You have VAR, you're NWSL, you're one of the biggest leagues in the world. Get them goal line technology. It's a stupid chip in the friggin' ball. Tell me the ball crossed the line or not. Come on, Jesus Christ. Uh, so, but at the same time, the angles, there was no direct angle. By the way, it didn't matter because Jane Hangel's thighs were covering, so you didn't have that angle. From behind, the angle was the best one from behind where the net was, and it did look like the ball crossed the line, but at the same time, you inconclusively cannot tell that ball crossed the line. Hence why it took VAR so long, and no need for the referee to even go look at it in the monitor. It's like, we can't tell. There's 6 of us in this booth telling you, like, you called no goal. We can't tell it's a goal, so we're going to go no goal. Okay, I trust y'all. We're not going to call it a goal. Play on. Whoop, whistle. Thank God. But
Yeah.
letter of the law, it was done correctly. complaint should have been goal line technology. Hindsight, Angel City probably should have won this game. And in the end, they deserved to win this game. They didn't. I'll take the point. No complaints. Sorry.
No, yeah. No, I mean that's a good explanation, and I feel also it kind of looked like Angels. Some of the players from Angel City were trying to like shove Jane Campbell inside the goal to get it in, and
That
obviously
part's not going
that's
to help.
illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part's illegal, and but yeah, I find it extremely funny because obviously last minute of the game you wanna get the 3 points at all costs,
Yeah.
and yeah, like it's whatever.
Like I said, they deserved the win. They should have got the win. They didn't get the win. Dash got out of there, got lucky. It's just disappointing. So, something to talk about. Ramona Bachman got the start. Was basically a ghost. This game was not a factor. I don't know if that was part because of her travel. She was tired. She wasn't really coming off an injury. She was just coming off a rest. Or was Angel City more covering her and taking her out of the game because they were marking her so much? A lot didn't happen. So where was the Dash offense going to come from? We expect it to come from Bachman. When it doesn't come from Bachman, where's it going to come from? Alozia did not have a good game. Or in my perspective, did not have a good game. So she didn't step up when Bachman's being marked. We weren't using the wings early. So Peterson and Patterson, you using them, you see them, but they're not forward. We're in an advancing in advancing where you like, hey, getting these cross ins and getting opportunities and shots in. They were a little bit behind the pace, and it was disappointing. So I don't know what did you see as far as the Dash trying to attack. Was it because Bachman was taken out of the game? Did we not adjust properly? Nobody else could step up. Barb didn't have a good game either, in my eyes.
For me, honestly, it was just a lack of adjustments to the second half because, like, granted, not all the games are going to be perfect, but the one thing I was expecting, and I've been pretty much just supporting Ramona Bachman just to be that driving force to get the attacks going. She pretty much didn't do anything like that, like we've already seen. It was an off game. Like sometimes we're gonna have like those types of days, so it's good to like make adjustments like after the second half. But yeah, those adjustments didn't help like either to at least turn the tide in Houston's favor. Um, and yeah, like it's just disappointing really because I feel like not just Ramona to it's not just Ramona to blame, but rather it's just like the midfield itself, and also you could definitely pretty much everyone offensively. Right? It's just like that.
Well, yeah. Not to point out Ramona. It's
Yeah.
like I said, it might have been Angel City who is focused on her, but at the same time, the Dash, they're not playing the ball wide. We're not forcing the ball. We need to move the ball forward faster and get the ball at the wings faster, and we're not doing that. So when we do get the ball to the wings, the defense is already set up and they have numbers back. So then that just slows the offense down. You're not getting crosses off because you have numbers because you got there quick enough. We're playing the ball backwards, and then we're moving the ball down to the middle and trying to find that direct. And then it's crowded and it's congested. So somehow it's a 3-5-2. It's an attacking formation. We need to counter quicker, and I think that's what's slacking right now as far as the offense trying to get more creativity out of them. These girls right now are just slacking on what the 1-2 is next, what it's supposed to be, and you see some of those one-touch passes, but at the same time, they're not anticipating. And then you look at girls that are off the ball, 1-2 passing is going on, but you're not anticipating. You're not involved in that 1-2, but you're not anticipating that the ball's going to be intercepted. So when the ball's intercepted, you're flat-footed, and then you're making a move to. So there's some soccer IQ that's missing right there that like just frustrates me as a coach, and then just watching the game because I just don't watch the ball. I watch off the ball to see what players are doing around the ball and around the situation as well at the same time. So it's something I know the staff is seeing, and I know Fran is trying to express it and get it out there. So it's something I need to see improve. Is we need to just get those ball out to the wings faster, like we saw when Amanda West came in. All of a sudden, you know, Angel City's trying to push and trying to win, which made the game a little open up a little bit more. Granted, so now we're getting the ball out to West. We're like, where was this the entire game? Come on, I need to see a little bit more of that. So hopefully that can transition. That's something I should have thought of and asked from, because I did go to the press conference this time, but I went with Herman. Herman was with me, but Herman asked all the questions. I let Herman ask all the questions, and I just sit down and I take notes. But something I should have thought of and should have asked. So, I get there. I'm kind of going to go to more press conferences, and, maybe I'll ask a question here and there. But at the same time, this press conference was entirely in Spanish. So I did not know what was being asked at the same time. So it's kind of hard. Like, I just all right, I give up. I'm not worried about it no more. Like, I'll just go back and listen to it later and see what happened and see what Fromm was talking about.
But yeah, and honestly, just a lot of work for the dash ahead, particularly because they do have the homecoming for Maria Sanchez since they're playing San Diego Wave back in Houston, and they do have a few more games on the road before heading to Summer Cup in late July. So it's gonna be a busy road ahead, and they need to win.
I hope Maria starts this game. By the way, she did get a
Yeah,
prototypical Maria Sanchez assist last week, or this last weekend, where the ball was played out to her wide. She did her little Maria at the move. She make a little cut down the line and then put the beautiful cross in, and it was a finish. But Maria plays on the left, Tarsi plays on the right. So Maria meet Tarsi, and if you make Tarsi mad, play tricks on her. She's Brazilian, so she can read that. She can read that. So I'm looking forward to that. I will be looking forward to that, and I will be watching. I'll be watching closely, as you know. I am number one dash, but it's going to be a big game this coming weekend with San Diego coming into Houston, another home game. So come on with it. Come on with it. We got to stop Maria. you know, Obviously Alex Morgan and the rest of the San Diego Wave, though, but that's more of a threat than Maria Sanchez is. But ready for it. I obviously will be there, but I'm ready for it.
yeah, and it's gonna be, as you mentioned, it's gonna be a massive game, and once again, this game's gonna be on Ion. So if you don't have cable or anything like that, you better be at the stadium to watch the game because it's gonna be a big one, and
I'm
this team needs your
recording.
support.
I'm recording because
Yeah,
obviously I'm going to be in DC for this weekend, traveling with the first team with the Dynamo. So I'm obviously going to have to. Dang, I'm going to go to ion.com and I'm going to download the freaking game so I can watch it on the plane back and just get it. But whatever, I'll be ready. I'm going to watch the game when I can, and I got a lot of time in DC. So let's just go dash. Get this win at home. I want to see some more offense because this is going to be one of those games where you're probably going to have to win 3-2 if you want to win this game.
yeah, that's Sean for sure. That's
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah.
Yeah. But and speaking of needing to win games, Dynamo 2. Yeah, that was
What?
I kind of took a nap during that game, and I was trying not to because of how we were playing, and we ended up losing 1-0. And I was just looking forward to it because it was the return for Sarah Valdez, and obviously the players that we'll be seeing over and over again, and the talent that we have is there. But this game, man, like it's like either St. Louis did a pretty good job defensively, or we just didn't feel it offensively because we just looked out of it.
Well, you saw my tweet today when I posted it was game day. Like individual talents need to start playing as a team, and that's just the big miss right now. Like we're we're putting charcoal on the grill, but we're not lighting the grill, and it sucks. It's not translating on the field. It's not translating on the offense. The defense, I'm confident with. I trust, but as far as the offense goes, like it's just boring, lackadaisical. There's nothing happening. And granted, Exxon's out. He's going to be out for a while. And maybe he'll return before the end of the season with his injury. We don't know what the injury is specified, but I mean, he's one player, so it's you still gotta be able to attack. You have so many good players right there, and Scylla, college player of the year. Where's it at? What's going on, man? It's just embarrassing to watch Dynamo Dose play, move the ball forward. Granted, you're playing St. Louis. You did beat them 2-0 earlier in Houston this year. They are number 2 in the West. After this game, now they're number 1 in the entire league over Next Pro, the entire league. So hindsight after this, a 1-0 defeat, you can't have any offense, but your defense was stellar. Playing against a team who might be making a run for the Next Pro championship. I guess hindsight, I'm good with it, but we got to find a way to create some offense and be more dangerous, because otherwise, this entire game was St. Louis controlled the entire game.
And really just put into perspective, I feel like one of the players that shined the most in this game was Kieran Sargent. That he's just a fullback trying to come up, and he did have a pretty good role in this game. Like he was trying to like assist the attack or give support. Um, and really just like the players that we've been supporting or just like praising a lot this season, like Diego Gonzalez and Silla and Sebastian Rodriguez, like they just took shut out in this one, and you said it yourself, like also against one of the hottest teams in the league, if not the hottest, and like yeah, it's just disappointing, like another yeah, like they conceded the goal early. Obviously, they're trying to get back into it, but like really they couldn't really produce like a lot of those clear opportunities. I think they only got like 2 shots on goal in this game out of the 15 shots that they took, and like yeah, it was disappointing, honestly.
Yeah, dude, and Kieran Sargent, you mentioned him. What dude hustles and
Yeah,
and has grit and fights and just brings the energy. So he's somebody who, if he ever makes it to the first team and just has enough talent to, you're gonna enjoy what he brings. He kind of, I don't know, man. He kind of reminds me of our Ukrainian guy who left us before. He just gets forward and makes those crosses and just has great crosses and gets involved in the attack, but at the same time plays good defense. So hopefully, he sticks around long enough and can work his way to the first team, because he could be something that could to help the offense on the first team. But as far as the rest of the team, man, nobody stood out to me. Achar was quiet. Even Diego and Rodriguez was getting frustrated there towards the end. Lampman was getting to play his first start, which is good, I guess. I don't know if it is good. He's leaving us in a month, so I don't understand why he's even playing that much with us to begin with. Dose is in shambles right now, and I feel for Kenny Bundy, man. It's a struggle. And missing Exxon had
yeah.
an opportunity, so hopefully he'll return before the end of the season. But we, like I said, we don't know what the injury is, so we don't know what our timetable is either. At the same time, just out for a while. It's what we're told.
Like yeah, that's definitely the worst news for sure. They just being out indefinitely, that definitely makes it sound like it might be a while, and that's gonna hurt this team. And I for this game in particular, like he could have created some damage for sure, but not great timing, I'd say.
Right. Whatever. Deal with it. you move. It's not like you were having much offense anyway. So now that he's missing, you're forced to make it, or it's going to be very stagnant and very dull. I'd rather watch white noise.
Right. And I guess like the other good news is that they're gonna be back at home next week for the first time in like forever.
Woo!
So
After 4 games, right?
it's three games. Yeah, 3 games, and yeah, it almost felt like a month, but yeah, it's pretty much just 3 games. And yeah, back home at SaberCat Stadium, they're actually playing Colorado Rapids too, which are the last team in the Western Conference. So it's gonna be a battle of the cellar. So we better win that game.
Yeah, definitely a different Colorado team from last year because they're all on the first team now with Colorado in the MLS. So definitely a different. Their farm system sucks. They drained it out. So it's definitely a game we should win. You're back at home. Come on, it's an opportunity. We got to see what we can get out of these boys, man. Come on, Does, please. So go watch them. Go check them out. Maybe they just need to. Yeah, tickets are free. Parking's not. So, but get out there and just go check them out, and just maybe they need the fan support to get them over that edge. And let's move up in the standings so we can make the playoffs, and then possibly, see another player return and get us some goals later. But yeah, good luck, boys.
Yeah, go those. Well, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to move on from this week because it's I could use a win right now.
Yeah, we'll get a win against Seattle for Tynamo on Wednesday. That'll be the next time.
Well, yeah, guys, as always, I would appreciate your support and sticking into this one. We're pretty close to 100, so we are. Woo! It should be fun. A fun surprise for you guys coming up. So yeah, look forward to it.
100. 2 episodes away, y'all. This is 98. Who's ready for it? Like you said,
I'm definitely ready. Yeah.
Surprise.
No, yeah, guys, of course. Thank you so much for listening, sharing our stuff, and as always, keep following us on Twitter, X, at Dynamic Foxtrot, at Noodle Tiempo, and also on Instagram, at Dynamic Foxtrot. We also share our stuff on our Ko-fi, pretty much our blog, ko-fi.com/Dynamic Foxtrot, kind of like our handle on Instagram or Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Subscribe also on Goals TV, where we put our video content as well. And also recommend checking it out since it's also a good platform for creators like us, like for other teams if you're interested. So check out Goals TV.
Yeah, man. Like he said, follow, subscribe, like, rate, comment. Let us know what's up. And don't forget, we got to check those comments on YouTube, and we got to reply back to them. So we can't be forgetting to check those comments on all these platforms that we're telling y'all to follow. We're out there. We're trying to give you everything we can. We're having fun. We're at the stadium, like you said, like you saw last night. Jesus Christ, it was like 11:45, and then that Harmonomy, we're in the stadium, giving you our final thoughts on the Dash game. Jesus. What a late one. And then I drove back, too. So, like, 2:45, I rolled up into my driveway. But, yeah. So, having fun, but travel's back, man. Travel's back. I won't be there for Seattle on Wednesday. I'm going to have to watch that on TV. But I'm ready to fly out on Thursday for D.C. and enjoy the game in D.C. I'll be working the event. So, hopefully, I can bring you some good content, some good information. So, definitely follow me on Instagram, Old Soccer Guy. You'll catch my story as if you want to see what's going on while we're in DC on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even late Sunday, because I don't fly back out till late 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, on Sunday. So follow the story if you want to see what's going on in DC. We got the Surge are going to go. They've got some tickets. We got about 20, 25 people that are going to be there. So I'll follow the team. Hopefully we can get a dub, bro. So yeah, we enjoy y'all and appreciate y'all. And I throw the H's up for y'all. Y'all are important.
Yeah, guys, as always, so thank you so much for tuning in and stay noodle.